Hi guys, it's Andy from the SA Survival. It's been a while. Just wanted to show you a few mods to the off-road trailer that I did because we weren't utilizing some of the gear that was stowed in here and it was driving me absolutely mental. What about that view? Spectacular. A couple of friends of ours told us about this place. Unfortunately, I can't tell you where it is. It was one of those overlanding experiences. Took us 3 hours to drive in here, 2 hours of off-roading. Or should I say overlanding. We're not really the off-road type, but as you can see behind me, the rooftop tent. We did modify the Kelty car tarp. We actually got the DD hammocks 4 meter by 4 meter tarp, and we strung that up. I'm going to show you the rail system just to show you what it is that we strapped it up to the trees and lashed it out. It gave us a great windbreak. This point does have quite a bit of wind on it, but yesterday, lovely. There was no breeze, no wind. The sun was not out yesterday, but today is spectacular. As we go out this way, you can see, look at the backdrop of this place. Absolutely fantastic. The tide was in late afternoon, and we have waterfront property right down to just below my back of my head there. Absolutely brilliant. Most access here is boat access. And this spit that we're on can handle just a couple of cars, and that is it. But you know, just having a look around at this awning, we created a 90-degree awning because of the wind. Get inside of here, it's absolutely draft free. So this helped out with our kitchen setup. As you can see behind me there, we have our table, and I'm going to turn this camera around in a minute and we'll have a look at that. But 90 degrees off. I'll go around this side. You can see the curvature of the tent that we had made. So that's what we did. Right here, dropped it right down to the floor. We used 2 poles right here. The angle of the poles has helped them stay up on their own. And then from over here, as you can see, there's the poles. We're going to have a look at those in a minute.
Sorry.
So this conduit up here, this is the original conduit, goes all the way across, is 10 feet. The downside to a 4 by 4 meter tarp is it's 12 feet. So I've extended them with these poles, and they just stood over the top of the existing poles. The nice thing that I found out once I lashed this up, this was a little bit saggy, but I could pull this outer pipe over the inner pipe, and the weight or the tension of the rope bent it just off center here. As you can probably see, the gap's tight here and loose a little bit here, but because of the angular deflection, it self bites. And that's really cool because now I've got a really straight edge on the top. And I did that to both sides. As you can see right here, this one's just separated a little bit from the inner tube, going right up. And what I've done, I only had one of these. I got an S-beaner and it clamps straight in. I'm going to do the same thing on the other end instead of lashing it with rope. So that's really good. The second modification I did is right here. This rod went right across to the other side right here, and it was too low. This gap that I have was too short to get a table underneath. So I welded this rod. I haven't finished it yet, but I welded this rod to this rod, and it's exposed this much gap. Now I've taken the table out of the base of the trailer. It was sitting right here on the floor, and everything got packed on top of it. As you can see, we've got a shelving system in there with everything on it, and then the wood tote boxes and every other tote box would sit on top of it. Well, I'd get a bit annoyed with myself because I never used it, but now having this gap here, putting the table on, this table here, there's Sandra.
Hello.
This table here that's exactly 5 feet, slides right up underneath, and we use it every time. How's the table?
Fantastic. I wish we kept using it from day one, but we just started and it's wonderful.
There she is with that beautiful backdrop. Look at that. Mountains, the ocean, sand, fantastic. So another addition that we did is I went and bought some solar panels. Local store sold 2 solar panels as a kit. I had to add a few bits and pieces, but I'll turn this camera around and you can see the solar panels. I got 2 100-watt panels, 25 foot of cable, and we can maneuver that around the campsite quite often depending on the sun. which charges up those 4 6-volt batteries adequately. We're draining right now about 8 amps from 2 electric coolers, and from there we're putting in around 9 to 12 amps if the sun's out. When the sun's not out, it's anywhere between 0 and 2.5 amps really. So we're putting a little bit in, but not enough. But this morning we were dumping 10 amps in there, and you could hear one of the electric coolers just speed right up as it was taking it into the battery. So it is a good fix. It's not a permanent fix because the sun here was dim yesterday, or dull yesterday, and today it's absolutely full bright, and we're getting quite a bit of solar. Let's have a look at those panels. So I rigged them up. I made stands for them. They can self-stand at about, I don't know what, 40 degrees. I got one panel right here, and I dropped one down when it was in the sun earlier this morning, down on the rocky side, and that trails, you can see the cable here as we go across, and there's my second set of wires up underneath of the trailer, and they go into one set of battery banks to an MPP controller, which is right there, and the sun is not out right now, and I'm not sure if it's going to focus in on that. It'll rotate, but we're kicking in about 1.9 amps varied. And on this side I rigged up a 300 watt inverter if I need it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use this yet. It's there just in case. These two 12 volts are heavy duty wired there for the coolers. As you can see, one cooler right there. And then I have switches here. I updated the wire because this was only a 10 amp, and I fixed this up to a 15 amp circuit. And these can switch on and off. And I have this on the LED lights going up inside. I have a wire going up inside here into the rooftop tent, and it gives us our red light. The red light is easier because Sandra tends to sleep a little bit earlier than me, so if I'm mucking around doing some stuff, when I come to bed I can turn it on, and the red light is not as bright on the eyes as the white light, so it really helps out. So we have full electric now, 4 6-volt batteries, as I said. You've seen those before. Capacity is really good. We went away camping with the family a couple of weekends ago, and the solar panels were kicking in 12 amps. We were drawing 8 amps, and those coolers worked perfectly for the 3 days that we were actually out. This weekend I downsized one of the coolers because I was, 8 amps draw, not enough sun yesterday. The batteries say in the mathematical world that we can last 2.5 days. We're roughly seeing about 2 days, but the fans are getting slower and slower. So solar really helped out a couple of weekends ago. It's definitely helped out today. I mean, all our food got transferred over into the one more efficient cooler. We're drawing 4 amps. As you just saw, we're putting in 2 right now. The sun has come back out again. And it can range anywhere up to 0 through about 11 volts, is 12 volts, which is what 12 amps, which is what I've been seeing. So those are the modifications we've been doing. We're really happy with the trailer now. It's done everything we wanted to do. Just having a look down here, what I've done is I've got a guy rope in the middle and a guy rope at the top pulling off over to this tree. That's helped out create more of a dome effect in the tarp. The poles work brilliantly. As you can see by the smoke from the fire, it is blowing inwards towards the rooftop tent. So I sealed off the outside cover under that rain awning of the rooftop tent. But this system's great. Again, I like the modification that I showed you before. I've got the rooftop tent awning coming out above the top that you see. So any rain, which we had a little bit last night, would run off the rooftop tent. So come off of the very top of the rooftop tent, down, step down onto this one, and then run straight off down to ground. So we never got wet at all. So we raised the rooftop tent with that modification by an inch, inch and a quarter I think it is. So it's given us a 2.25 inch gap underneath. We've got that table underneath. Sandra, as you heard, loves it. It's way better than what we had before. there are just a few mods that have made our lives a lot easier with this trailer. We did weigh it in on our last trip that we hit a weigh scale. Fully loaded, and that was water, coolers full and everything, was around about 1,000 pounds. Coming in overlanding this weekend, it was a little bit heavy on some of the high elevation climbs that we had to do, but the Jeep had no problem pulling it up. And when you get to this view, what else can I say? It was well worth every single bit of that 2-hour trek getting in here. Well guys, thanks for watching. Just a small update, like I said, for the rooftop tent and the off-road trailer. If you like it, please subscribe, keep following us. They are new videos coming out, and we've been busy doing a lot of other stuff. But we're back to the overlanding world.
Stay tuned. Chat soon.